doing here, man?
Keep your voice down.
What? Why should I keep my voice down?
I'm drunk right now. Answer me.
I'm only a little bit.
How many drinks did you have?
Like 14.
You had more than 14. I already know it.
Look, you don't have to be an asshole about it.
You're being the asshole right now. You need to stop it right now.
Who died and made you the fucking sheriff, man?
You did. You did, motherfucker. You did.
Oh, right. That's right. Look, we never get drunk. Oh, I got a text from my booty call.
Oh my God! Look at what? Oh my God! Look at that.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
You shook me, you son of a bitch.
No. No, I'm just gonna go lie down.
Fine, go lie down. Just get away, okay? He's gonna come in here any second.
No,
we got a
I
plot to
don't wanna.
kill him, but you're ruining everything.
No, you're not gonna make me.
Whatever. It doesn't matter.
Look at me.
Yes.
Look at me.
Yes.
Are you looking at me?
I am. Yes.
Because I can't see you. Because you're transparent, and so am I.
Yes, because we're fucking ghosts. Okay.
I hate that I can't see myself.
Just shut the fuck up right
I
now.
miss looking at my face. Oh.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi. Hi.
And
Hello and welcome back to another episode of Popcorn Spookin. I am your host, the Popcorn Poppy himself. Popcorn Poppy. Tonight, you are here to watch some spooky things. Well, not watch spooky things, talk about spooky things. Really. Sorry, something really smells bad in here. There's some weird goo all over the place. Welcome back to Popcorn Poppin' Live, your weekly movie, TV, and streaming guide. There is too much spooky content in the world, and you can't be wasting your time. So let me waste my time for you by watching all that looks vaguely interesting and letting you know on what's poppin' and what ain't. Tonight, we're going to be talking about quite a few things, but first, let's talk about the honorable mentions of things that I did not watch that you may want to watch, all right? So, first is Transformers 1. That came out in theaters. Oh, wait, first, before we talk about the honorable mentions, Watch Party is back, y'all. That's right. The Watch Party, for educational purposes only, is coming back on October 5th, which is a Saturday at its brand new time of 8 p.m. And we will be doing monthly shows. It was going to be the first Saturday of each month, but we don't know about November yet. In any case, our next show is October 5th, hosted by yours truly. We'll be watching a couple stories from Creepshow. However, you're going to be going there to go see the talk panel where we'll be playing games, having a costume contest. So be sure to wear your best costume because there will be prizes. There will be games. There will be blood, but there will also be fun. So be sure to come to that. That's again, October 5th, 8 p.m. Free snacks, free pop. If you want to get a drink from the Ghost Light bar, you can head across the street, get a to-go drink, come drink over there. We're having an intermission between two stories where you can go out back and smoke some weed and come back and have some more fun. And we should be wrapping up around 10 p.m. for you to go out and have more fun. So be sure to come to that October 5th at 8 p.m. Yours truly is hosting. We'll be watching Creepshow. All right, now we're on to the honorable mentions. These are movies that I did not see that you may want to see, like Transformers 1. If you got kids, you can go take them to see the untold origin story of Optimus Prime and Megatron, better known as sworn enemies, who were, well, let's fix this real quick. Sorry. The smell of the puke is really disgusting. The untold story of Optimus Prime and Megatron, better known as sworn enemies, but once were friends, bonded like brothers who changed the fate of Cybertron forever. This is directed by the same guy who did Toy Story 4. And if you watch the trailer, it looks awful, but if you look online, the reviews are really, really good. So I don't know anyone that has seen it, but maybe you want to go see it because it's got really good reviews. So if you got kids, that is an option. I also hear it's the best Transformers movie. I don't know Transformers very well, so I'm assuming that's true, especially if we're going into the origins, but we'll see. I won't, but maybe you will. Not slow horses. How to Make Millions of Dollars Before Grandma Dies is in select theaters right now. A man quits work to care for his dying grandmother, motivated by her fortune. He schemes to win her favor before she passes. This looks like a heartfelt film. Dion Cole's new Netflix special is on Netflix. Duh. That show From is back on MGM Plus on Sundays. It basically looks like a creepy Lost. I would be interested in watching it had it not be on MGM fucking Plus. Who has that? Raise your hand. No one? No one? Didn't think so. But this one's about the residents of a small town that search for a way out when unknown forces keep them from leaving. I hear it's good. It's like season 4. It's wild. La Maison is a show about like French fashion. I don't know. It looks okay, but it doesn't look like it's for me. Frasier returns on Paramount Plus. Matlock, which apparently is very good, starring Kathy Bates. It's a reboot. Is on CBS, and Jersey Shore is back on Hulu Thursdays or Fridays. Regular programming of things that I do watch that I've already recommended to you guys, and I mean it when I say watch Slow Horses on Apple TV Plus Wednesdays. I'm behind on Fight Night, $1 Million Heist, the miniseries starring Kevin Hart, Don Cheadle, Terrence Howard, Taraji P. Henson, and Samuel L. Jackson, but you can catch up on Peacock. New episodes drop on Thursdays. I'm an episode behind on Only Murders in the Building, which is on Hulu Wednesdays. This is my favorite season still. Horror's Greatest, which is an excellent... Fucking A, man. Sorry. I wouldn't call it a docu-series. I'd call it like a look back on cinema's tropes, its characters, the greatest films there ever was, with interviews from people that work on horror films. It's on Shudder Tuesdays. English Teacher on Hulu Tuesdays is an excellent contemporary sitcom with no laugh track, which is even better. And it's very, very funny. You can check this out on Hulu Tuesdays. Industries only got one episode left. And boy, do I hope that Harper gets her comeuppance, but I'm sure that she won't. This is on Max Sundays. And I also think that it will be, I think the season finale is this week. And finally, we're on to our spotlight films. Okay, so let's get the timer going. Okay. So, Tulsa King's also on Paramount Plus, but I've been watching that. We're not going to review Challengers, but I'm just letting you know that Challengers is on Prime right now. If you want to check out my review, check out Jermaine Higgins Presents YouTube page. Also, what's in theaters? Never Let Go. I did not let go for a second, Hallie. I promise. A family that has been haunted by an evil spirit for years. Their safety and their surroundings come into question when one of the children questions if the evil is real. Basically, it's a post-apocalyptic future where, but not that much of a future, where the mother's trying to make their kids, her 2 sons, hold on to rope, never leave the house in the middle of the woods because the evil took the world and they're the only ones left. Or so it seems. But there are basically evil spirits out in the woods and they will get you if you let go of that rope. This is something that has been told in her family for many years. And it's a mystery. You don't really know. Basically, the whole time you're trying to question whether or not this evil is real. And if Halle Berry is crazy, and if she isn't, how far does this thing go? Very, very, very great film. I'm going to give it a large popcorn, and probably just a large popcorn. The only reason I'm not going to give it butter is because it's a dark film. Shout out to Halle Berry for not only doing an excellent job acting, but also producing the film. And the reason I say great job on producing the film is because Alexandra Aja, who has done a lot of horror movies, including High Tension, The Hills Have Eyes remake, Piranha 3D, Mirrors, Horns, Crawl, which is a really good suspense film, and Oxygen, which I have not seen yet. He's an excellent director, especially if you like High Tension. High Tension is really, really good. I recommend that. Anyways, Halle let Alexandra do whatever he wanted to. And that was to make a very dark film, but also make a fucking scary movie. I was telling Roxy the other day that this movie scared the fuck out of me. It did. it's been a while since I saw a horror movie that not only made me jump a few times, legit, it did. Must be really good audio in the theater that I watched. And I didn't see it in Dolby. But also, like, I was doing this sometimes, like, fuck. Like, it got me, even though it's the scary bits are bits of, like, is this real or not, you know? So that only reason I'm repeating that over and over again is because I feel like people that watch the trailer, I think that you can guess it's like, I don't know, this bitch might be crazy. Yet they might also think, hey, this might be a movie about like monsters in the woods. It is, but it's mostly the question of what is evil and where does it lurk. It lurks in this fucking movie. It is very well made. I highly applaud it. It's not, I don't usually like movies that are like, you got to figure out if it's real or if it's not. I usually don't like those films, but I did love this movie. It surpassed my expectations. I definitely recommend to see it in theaters because, like I said, it made me jump, and not much makes me jump. So, large popcorn, go check it out. Bring the kids. Probably don't bring the kids because, like I said, it's dark. It's not a fun time, guys. There's seldom scenes of lightheartedness. Also saw The Substance, and I'm glad that I watched it because originally I was going to see it last Wednesday for a special screening, but I got busy. And it's a 2-hour and 20-minute film. So I was like, I don't know if I'm going to watch it this weekend. I don't like watching movies on the weekend because it eats up your weekend, especially when it's over 2 fucking hours. Yet, I decided to go see a film about a fading celebrity that decides to use a black market drug, a cell-replicating substance that temporarily creates a younger, better version of herself. The stars Demi Moore and Margaret Qualley, who's Andy McDowell's daughter, by the way, and Dennis Quaid, who's Jack Quaid's father. You know, Huey from, you get the picture. Poppin' or not, I want to give this movie, I will give this movie a large popcorn. I don't know if I'll give it butter because it was just a little long, but every scene, it's like a perfect film. I will give it a perfect film credit. I'm not going to say it's one of my favorite films, but I will say it's like a perfect film. And I don't really have an argument of saying why it's not one of my favorite films. Probably because it's not like extremely enjoyable, but it's extremely well made. Very meticulous directing and writing. But funny, fun, gross, and crazy. Demi Moore was fucking dope. There's not much dialogue in the film, which is one thing I really enjoyed about it as well. There is a shit ton of violence. It's directed by a female named Coralie Fargetz, which I'm probably mispronouncing. She only did one other movie called Revenge, which you can check out on AMC+. I haven't checked it out yet, but I definitely will. Revenge on AMC+. So, what the fuck is that plot, you may ask? So the opening scene that they show you, which I think is a really good introduction of like, what is the drug that is, what is the substance? It shows an egg get injected with some green goo, and then that egg replicates into another egg. So if I'm in my 60s and I inject myself, another version of me that's younger and hotter will be there. Okay. I don't know how much I should tell you, but I will tell you that that version of yourself is still you. That's what's very important. It's still you, but you switch back into your old body after 7 days. So it's 7 days in one body and 7 days in the other. You're in control of doing that by feeding the other body. I know it gets complicated, so I won't get more into it. But popping or not, it's popping. It's a large popcorn. I would give it butter. It's just, it was a little too long. Every scene that I watched, I was like, I see every shot that you're doing. I see why you kept it in the final product because everything makes sense and everything is so well made. It's so crisp. It's such great storytelling, fucking fantastic acting. Give Dennis Quaid an Oscar nom in the very least. Dennis Quaid was fucking excellent in it. And apparently, who was supposed to be in Ray Liotta was originally going to play this role, but then he passed away, so Dennis Quaid took over. I think Ray Liotta would be fucking excellent as well. It's kind of like the John Turturro taking over for James Gandolfini in The Night Of. James Gandolfini would have rocked the fuck out of that role, but it would have been very different. Same with this. Dennis Quaid rocked the fuck out of the role, but it probably still would have been just as good, if not better, questionably, with Ray Liotta. But man, it was great. Cinematography, A1, give an Oscar. Dennis Quaid acting, give an Oscar. Demi Moore, very, very good. Very good. Still looks really hot. I'm not going to lie. Not as much fading as you'd believe, especially after not seeing Demi Moore for a very long time. Margaret Qualley, looking very fine. And like everything I'm saying, you're like, well, why is that all important? Because it's all about beauty. And it's like, what's the word? It's like a farce, spoof, one of those. Farce. I'd say it's like a farce. It's over the top, so over the top. You'll be like, wow, this movie's fucking nuts, and you'll be right. So I highly recommend checking this out. I would say in theaters, but like I said, it's fucking long. There are certain times where you're like, all right, I'm ready to go. You did it, movie. You did it, but it keeps going and going. So check it out, at least on streaming. If you got 2.5 hours, go check it out in theaters. Because like I said, it's masterfully made. And it should be nominated for Oscars, but it's weird as fuck. And I dig it. Not in theaters, but on Netflix is a film that's very similar to a play. It's called His Three Daughters. This tense, touching, and funny portrait of family dynamics. I should have read this before I copied and pasted. Follows three estranged sisters as they converge in a New York apartment to take care of their ailing father and try to mend their own broken relationship with one another. There's Natasha Lyonne in the middle, Elizabeth Olsen on the left, and Carrie Coon on the right. Carrie Coon's from The Leftovers and the new Ghostbuster films. If you haven't checked out The Leftovers, check it out on Max right now. I think they might be on Netflix too, because Netflix and HBO have a weird deal. Elizabeth Olsen is sister to the Olsen twins. I'm telling you that because I told someone that recently and they were surprised. Natasha Lyonne is just a dope New Yorkite, because that's what they're called, right? Anyways, if you like plays, if you like theater, check out this film. It's like a play on screen. I love films like this. Excellent acting, great writing. I'm going to give this a medium popcorn with butter. The only reason is the end of the movie does something that I was like, yeah, all right, this is cool. But it did kind of take me out of the movie a little bit. And everything thereafter, I'm like, I don't know, it wasn't as strong. But still, very well-made film. If you like theater performance, check out His Three Daughters on Netflix right now. All right, let's get into what we're really wanting to see. All right? What's going on with the Penguin? The spin-off series from The Batman with Robert Pattinson, starring Colin Farrell under so much makeup, it's still surprising that it's Colin Farrell. It sounds like Colin Farrell, to be honest. Probably his best version of a American accent. Don't get me wrong, I like his American accent, but you hear it slip a lot. You can't really slip with this accent when it's very cartoonish. Poppin' or not, it's poppin'. I love it. It's not as like top tier as the Batman, but it just started, so I'll give it some time. It's supposed to be a mini series that bridges the Batman to the Batman Part 2, and so it is a continuation off of that, and it will show the Penguin's rise to power. I love the cast, including him and Kristen Milotti from How I Met Your Mother. She plays someone. I won't tell you who. Anyways, she's fantastic in it. I'm more interested in her than anything else in the series. He does have a right-hand man in this that's played by a younger actor that I've never seen before, but I'm excited to see him as the show progresses. I dig it, though. I love it. Keep doing what you're doing. Now, this did premiere on Thursday night on Max at 9 p.m. I was fucking angry about that. So I was going to wait. I woke up, I had my coffee ready, turned on Max, and they're like, yeah, this is coming soon. I'm like, when, Max? When? And it was at 9 o'clock. In any case, it won't be on Thursdays anymore. It will be on Sundays from here on out. So just letting you know that. But Poppin', I can't tell you if I want to say large because I have no issue. I have zero issues with it. It's just like The Batman. The Batman is an excellent detective film. And it's basically like someone wrote a really good detective film and was like, you know what? I'm going to put a bunch of Batman shit in it. The Penguin is a good rise to power miniseries that happens to be in the world of Batman. And I don't know. It's just really good. You know what I mean? Like you're watching something where the IP is this, but you don't really care about the IP. You're just enjoying the story. That's what The Penguin is. So I dig it. I think you'll dig it too. This is on Max Sundays from now on. Twilight of the Gods, created by Zack Snyder. We're not going to get too much into it. I watched the first episode. It's interesting. If you like Norse mythology, I think you'll be into it. If you like hyper-violent animation, you'll probably be into it. I don't know if I'm going to continue watching it. I'd have to have some downtime, but I think it's worth checking out if you're into Norse mythology and if you love Zack Snyder. It's epic. It's fucking epic, and it's dope. I had zero problems with it. I was just like, I don't know how much for me this is. All right. Not Tulsa King. Agatha. Oh, I didn't watch Tulsa King. Agatha All Along. Was it Agatha All Along? Was it? This is the sequel series to WandaVision. You remember that? Set after the events of WandaVision, where Agatha Harkness recruits some unlikely allies on her quest to regain her former powers. All right. I will say, Poppin, when I found out Aubrey Plaza was in the show, I was very excited. Don't get me wrong. I love Catherine Hahn, but when it comes to MCU TV shows, I didn't want one about a character I just met. I don't care that much. And when I saw 20 seconds of the trailer, I was like, this show is going to be fucking dope. It's going to be scary, all that. And then I watched the first episode. I'm like, okay, it's not exactly what I thought. It's got sexy Aubrey in it, but it's not like scary. It's fun. It's for the fam. I'd say it's more for older fam, but you can still take the kids to go see it. Does feature a naked Catherine Hahn in the first episode, so be cautious of that. Be cautious. And the second episode's where it's at. When she gathers her coven, it's really hilarious. You may recognize the far left actress in this photo. She was in WandaVision. She is in this show, and I'm so excited to see what they're going to do with her. Because what they do with her in episode 2 was cracking me the fuck up. And I know that that's just going to continue for a while. It was a very funny idea. So, yes, it's popping. I was a little, I don't want to say disappointed. It just reached a little lower than my expectations. It's not like the best MCU show, but it's not the worst. It is fun. It won't be as good as WandaVision. The beginning of the first episode is very WandaVision-esque, where it is done. You know how WandaVision does sitcoms? Well, this does a TV show to start. And you're like, oh, are they doing this every episode? But they don't. They only do it for the first, 20 minutes. So, it's popping. If you love MCU and you want it to get back to its roots, this ain't the show for you. But if you want to have a fun family witch series leading up to Halloween, this one's for you. If you like Catherine Hahn, you're going to fucking love this. I love Catherine Hahn. If you love Aubrey Plaza, you're going to fucking love this. And that's it. That's all I have to say for it. Now, when it comes to witches and broomsticks and movies and television, what other ones could there be? Well, I'll tell you some witchy choices and where you can watch them. But to be honest, there's not that much. And I just realized I forgot to write down the destination of each one. Oh, wait, no, I didn't. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. So The Craft, of course. If you haven't seen The Craft, it is probably it's my favorite witch film, with Neve Campbell, Rachel True, Robert Tooney, and Fairuza Balk. You can check this out on Max right now. You can also check out a film that always reminds me of my grandmama, which is on Pluto right now, and it's called Practical Magic. So Sandra Bullock and Nicole Kidman, they recently announced that they're going to be making, making a sequel, which I think is very, I don't see what the point of that would be. And I'd be very surprised if Sandra Bullock does it, because she doesn't do sequels. Look at the Heat 2. They should have made Heat 2. They didn't. But Nicole Kidman will probably be down. In any case, that is definitely a fair choice. Another one that most people think of, especially if you're a 90s baby, they just had a sequel, and that is Hocus Pocus, which you can check out on Disney+. 2 was fun. I liked 2. Oh shit, a Craft remake. No. That'd be dope. So they did a Craft sequel. called Craft Legacy, which actually features one of the main 4 from the original Craft. I didn't watch it, but I hear terrible things. The star of the movie is the star of Alien Romulus, Kaylee Spaney, I think her name is. She also played Priscilla Presley in Priscilla. Great actress. She's also in Devs. Good actress. Anyways, I was surprised that I heard like really shitty things about the Craft Legacy, but I never watched it. I'm going to watch it this year because I'm very, very curious. But again, apparently it's dog shit. You can check out that if you have Stars. Otherwise, you'll have to rent it. Anyways, back to Hocus Pocus. Hocus Pocus, decent film. Hocus Pocus 2 was fun. I'd have a review on it on Jermaine Higgins Presents on a PopCorn Poppin episode, so go back and look. Bewitched. I never watched this movie, but if you check out the cast, it's fucking insane. Will Ferrell, Nicole Kidman, Michael Caine, Steve Carell, Stephen Colbert, Jason Schwartzman. What the hell? Another movie that's really low rated. I know I watched it before when I was a kid, and I was like, yeah, I like this, but I was a child. So, you know, you can't really take that. Well, you can, but it'd be with a grain of salt. If you're interested in checking this out, you can rent it. I think we should all give it another shot, guys. I mean, with a cast like that, come on, it's got to be at least this decent, right? The Vivitch. I barely would count this as a witch film, but it is, and it's very well made. It's my favorite from what is his name? Robert Eggers, who's doing Nosferatu. I think it's coming out in October too, and that looks fucking amazing. But I wasn't the biggest fan of The Lighthouse. I do like it now, and I did not like The Northman. But his directorial debut, The Vitch, which I don't know why it's called that, is great. One of my favorite endings ever in cinema. Honestly, if not my favorite ending in cinema, and it is a very witchy ending. You can check this out on Max. Suspiria. So, every time I watch this movie, I forget how batshit crazy it is and how batshit crazy, it's so batshit crazy that I don't pay attention to the plot. Basically, a girl goes to a school, a ballet school, and weird shit happens. It's more for people that love the visuals of films and want to see the crazy, like hyper violent things that Gialla, I'm probably mispronouncing it, the Italian filmmaking of spaghetti suspense films. Dario Argento did this one. If Suspiria sounds familiar, there was a remake of it by the guy who did Call Me By Your Name and Challengers. It is time to keep going and try to wrap it up. It is a bonkers fucking movie that you can check out on Prime. I would recommend the original only because it's like it's a very famous film, but I gotta tell you, it's wild. I'm not gonna say that you'll love it. I'm just going to say if you want to watch a film that's kind of crazy as balls, this is the film for you. The remake, both of them are crazy as balls, but still, the remake is where it's at. It's on Prime. God damn it, what is going on? Sorry, I'm trying to make sure I go fast enough for you guys. Stand by. All right, there we go. Anyways, Suspiria's on Prime. Another film, which is great for the family, is the Studio Ghibli Kiki's Delivery Service, which I actually watched earlier this year because I am trying to get through them, but I keep finding other film projects that I want to do instead. But I loved this movie. Not many people have told me about Kiki's Delivery Service, but I thought it was pretty down to earth. It's not spooky at all, but it is about a witch who decided to deliver shit. That's all there is really to it. It's super fun. You can watch it on Max. I don't remember Halloween 3 that much, but I remember being like, wow, you guys didn't bring Michael Myers back, but you still made a pretty decent horror film. Bravo, you. You can check out Halloween 3 on Peacock. The Love Witch. All right, so I don't know. I don't necessarily. This is another one I recommend to people who love film as much as I do, because the story is kind of boring. As in, the story's good, it's just not like strong, and it it stays like one note for a really long time when it could go up and down, but it's kind of like bland. And I think it's on purpose. But the reason I fucking respect the hell out of this film is because it looks like it's made in the 70s, but it was made a few years ago. So this filmmaker, I don't know her name, but she has done like one other film that might have been short. I'm very excited to see what she's going to do in the future. But this is about a witch that tries to have someone fall in love with her, or several people fall in love with her. And as you can see, it might not go very well. This one is also available on Peacock, also Tubi, and Pluto. Witches of Eastwick is the best out of all of these, I'd say. It is a dope comedy that features Jack Nicholson as Satan, and he makes 3 girls in a neighborhood witches. It's so fun, and it's directed by George Miller, who did the Mad Maxes. So it's epic. It's the most epic comedy I've ever watched. Totally worth the watch, too. It's older, but it's fucking good, guys. Trust me. And also, never had a thing for Cher. Sexy as hell. Sexy Susan Sarandon and sexy Michelle Pfeiffer. So there you go. It's for fellas and the ladies. Check it out. Bewitched TV show. You know, I catch this on, I don't know what the version of TV Land I have on my Samsung TV is anymore, but sometimes it's on. I liked this show. Ever since I was a kid, every time I caught it, I'm like, this is a pretty funny show. Good idea. I'm surprised they haven't tried this again, but not in film form. I'd watch the fuck out of that. Maybe they'll give it a shot. Oh, and the Sabrinas, you know, both of them. Sabrina the Teenage Witch with Melissa Joan Hart, of course. It's a classic. We all loved that. I was more of a Clarissa Explains It All guy. Actually, that's a lie. I fucking loved Sabrina the Teenage Witch. I loved that cat. I loved the ants. But you can check the Teenage Witch on Prime, and you can check out another fun one. Oh, I don't have the other one. Oh, it's right here. You can check out Sabrina, The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina on Netflix. Sadly, it got canceled. I don't know if they finished the story on, what's that called? Archie. They made that Archie TV show has Sabrina in it, apparently, and I'm guessing they tied up her stories in it as well. I'm not positive, but I was pissed that they canceled it, even though I didn't finish the second season. And it wasn't that I didn't like it. It's just that it is a YA series, but it was very good. It was very well made. So Netflix and Disney Plus. Charmed, classic. I didn't love it, but I did pay attention to it before Buffy and Angel in the morning. And of course, I'm saying of course, even though I'm not a Ryan Murphy fan, but I will admit American Horror Story Coven is a very good season of American Horror Story. You can check that out on Hulu. All right, let's get to some news, guys. Let's get to some news. First of all, AMC is going through a $2 billion renovation amongst theaters across North America and somewhere else. Basically, in the upcoming years, we're going to see big renovations when it comes to the screen and its picture, the audio advances, the seating, the luxury seating, and arcades and bowling alleys. It doesn't necessarily mean we're going to see that through all of them, but we're going to see it through 70% of AMC theaters, including Regal theaters and Cinemark theaters and AMC's. So that's very exciting. I'm very excited for it. Why is this happening? It's because they're trying to contest these specific theaters like Alamo Drafthouse and other ones that have like those huge 180 screens. They're trying to be like, yo, guys, there is a resurgence in film, but people are going to these special theaters instead of these regular theaters. So good for me, because I don't go to different movie theaters that often, and I really should, but I don't like paying too much. And $20 a month for AMC is dope. So do the renovations, please. All right. Queen Latifah biopic is in the works with Queen Latifah and Will Smith at the helm trying to make it happen. I doubt they'll direct it or anything. I think it's a little early for a Queen Latifah biopic, but she is a fantastic celebrity to idolize. Very, very great actress and obviously an excellent rapper. Office romance between J-Lo and Roy Kent. That's right, Brett Goldstein. All right, I did it right. We did it right. Okay, so now doing this. Okay. Brett Goldstein from Ted Lasso and J-Lo, fresh off the heels of divorce, is going to be starring in a Netflix rom-com called Office Romance. Oh, really? Goldstein, him, and Joe Kelly, who is a writer. Let me double check this. Who was a writer for Ted Lasso. So not many people know that Roy Kent is a writer for Ted Lasso as well. But Joe Kelly, who's also a writer for it, is writing the movie Office Romance starring these two. I'm very excited. I think J-Lo is underrated, specifically when it comes to rom-coms. Shotgun Wedding on Prime, check it out. I love it. I thought it was great. This sounds like it's going to be good too. Oh, I forgot. So, news came out today. I mean, they've been talking about it for a while, apparently. But there's a new Ryan Coogler film. The guy who did Fruitvale Station, Black Panther 1, and he did one other movie. Sorry, I have to check this out real quick. This is for you, not for me. What am I forgetting, guys? He did direct Wakanda Forever, but I feel like I'm forgetting one other film. Creed. Damn, I can't believe I forgot Creed. Anyways, the director of Creed, the Black Panthers, and Fruitvale Station is coming out with another Michael B. Jordan film called Sinners. No one knows what it's about, except that it's coming out in March. And they came out with this poster today, and the trailer is going to hit tomorrow. So, I'm going to tell you what it's about, because I'm going to tell you what a Reddit post says it's about. And I think that they're right because they're set photos and it makes sense. I'm pretty excited. I'm pretty excited because I feel like because all of my news stories are credited to Deadline, and Deadline doesn't even know this. But apparently, Sinners is an upcoming vampire film starring Michael B. Jordan and Haley Steinfeld, which is set in the 1930s South. The film follows twin vampires played both by Michael B. Jordan, who arrive in a racist town and go to war against the Ku Klux Klan. That sounds fucking dope, dude. I'm so excited for this. So we're going to be rooting for twin vampires played by Michael B. Jordan that are fighting the Ku Klux Klan. It's kind of like zombie Nazi films that we usually see, but instead we're going for the Ku Klux Klan. Genius. Fucking genius. I am excited. Great title too. I'm totally down. I hope I'm right. It'd be crazy if I wasn't. But yeah, we'll see tomorrow. There is a trailer dropping tomorrow. I'm gonna be super fucking pumped if I was right. All right, next. All right, so Andy Serkis. I love Andy Serkis, the guy who is Gollum. He is a director. He did Venom 2. He also did Mowgli, and he might not have done Mowgli. I think he did Mowgli in a Jungle Book, whatever. He did stuff. Mowgli, he did do Mowgli. So he's doing another Lord of the Rings film starring Gollum. Cool, but he's working on a project, and I think this is a big story because this could change the way cinema works. He's doing a film that features AI characters. What the fuck does that mean? He's working on a narrative-driven story that kicks off with 2D characters created using voice actors before they, quote, come out into augmented reality world. At that point, they become AI characters authored by artists and directors. They're in a world where you can have direct relationships with CGI characters. It's another form of magic that is frightening people. Yeah, don't do that, Andy Serkis. I don't want to get more into the details. I got more written, but I don't care for this. I don't like AI. I just don't. That AI film, Afraid, which you can check out on a past PopCorn Poppin episode, is about AI, and the opening sequence is done with AI, and I did not like it. It made me feel gross. I don't like it. I know I will eventually accept it, but I refuse to right now. Next. The Loki runner, Kate Herron, the showrunner who did both seasons of Loki, is working on a new movie called The Sims. Rumor has it will feature Margot Robbie. I don't think so. She's probably producing it. Apparently, Donald Glover is still working on the Lando either TV series or movie, but the Atlanta Star said it's very hard to have fun right now. It's tough because there are very serious things happening. Those are the only things that connect us weirdly. So I get why things are serious, but part of the human experience, I believe, is we have a responsibility to have an enjoyment. And I just feel like we're lacking in that department. Yeah, so go ahead and do it. Just do it or don't. Make up your mind. Remember David Schwimmer? Remember Ross? Guess what? He was almost in Men in Black. That's right. Schwimmer said that he had to turn down Men in Black for his first directing gig because it conflicted with his directorial debut, which is a movie that flopped. I never even heard of it. But he said the reason that he had to do that film was because people in the theater company quit their jobs to do the movie. And then he had an offer for Men in Black. They didn't say for what, but Will Smith and him, that would have been interesting. It definitely wasn't Tommy Lee Jones and him. Anyways, we almost had Agent S. Oh! This news just dropped today. Kyle Chandler, you know, the coach from Friday Night Lights, or he's been in 1,000 things. He's usually really grumpy. Deadline says he's in negotiations, but there's several credible sites, including Entertainment Weekly, that confirms that he is casted as Hal Jordan in the what's it called? I'm sorry. The Lanterns television series that James Gunn is bringing to Max. I'm pumped. I don't know much about Lanterns, but he seems, no offense, a little old to be playing a superhero, but that might be on purpose. Lanterns is going to be like a cop television series as well. Oh, co-written by Damon Lindelof, who did The Leftovers, The Hunt, Lost, but he also did the Watchmen miniseries as well. So I'm pretty stoked for this. Gary Oldman recently said he'd bet his money that they will get a whole new cast of people for the Harry Potter television series, but maybe in a few years he could play Dumbledore. Sold. But I think he's right. I don't think they're going to want to bring any of the original cast back. Black Mirror is coming back, y'all, with season 7 coming out next year. And the cast includes Issa Rae, Paul Giamatti, and Awkwafina, and Rashida Jones. I do know of a couple more, but I'm not going to say. And I wish I didn't know because I like being surprised. But I am excited to know that another Black Mirror is coming our way. And finally, Netflix is working on a Brandon Roth-led voice cast of an animated version of Magic the Gathering television series. I'm not a Magic player. I'm a Magic realtor. I don't know what the fuck that means. Anyways, that's happening. All right. Good shit, guys. So let's talk about what's coming out this week, and then I will get out of your hair. Megalopolis, and I will give you the popcorn poppin' forecast. Megalopolis stars a shit ton of people, including Adam Driver, Nathalie Emmanuel, and a bunch of people, including Aubrey Plaza, and like a bunch of people. I won't look it up because I want to be surprised, because it's been in the making for like 10 years by Francis Ford Coppola. Hear a lot of mixed reviews online. Like, I hear people say it's real garbage, and I hear people say, no, it's magnificent, but I feel like the magnificent people are really getting paid to say it's magnificent, or because it's such an epic film that they think that they're supposed to love it. I think it's not going to be that great. I think it's going to be like visually like, wow, this looks dope, but this is a lot of stuff. That's what I've gathered from some of the trailer that I've seen. But it's about the city of New Rome and the main conflict between Caesar Catalina, a brilliant artist in favor of a utopian future, and the greedy mayor Franklin Cicero. Between them is Julia Cicero, her loyalty divided between her father and her beloved. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to like this, but it's done by Francis Ford Coppola. I don't think it'll be popping. I think it will be a flop. I hope I'm wrong, though, because I do like Francis Ford Coppola. Controversy aside, because apparently he was like kissing on extras and shit in this movie. I don't know. I don't like talking about that kind of shit on here. But I do like old, and by old, I mean earlier Francis Ford Coppola films. This looks dope, but it looks like it's a lot, maybe too much. And it's probably 4 hours long. Let's see how long this movie is. I guarantee it's like 3.5 hours long. 2 hours and 18 minutes. It's still too long, but that's definitely better than 3. So I don't think it'll be popping. I do think Wild Robot's going to be popping. Check out the trailer. I think it looks dope. It's got really good reviews already. And we talked about it briefly on a past episode. After a shipwreck, an intelligent robot called Roz is stranded on an uninhabited island. To survive the harsh environment, Roz bonds with the island's animals and cares for an orphaned baby goose. I don't remember that part. The director of this did The Croods, Call the Wild, How to Train Your Dragon, which I never watched. I was never interested. I hear great things. And Lilo and Stitch, which I didn't really love, but everyone else loved. This looks really well made. I think it will be popping, and it's for the family. So if you're looking for something to check out with the family, probably skip Megalopolis. Check out Wild Robot. I'm going to try to watch this in theaters, even though I think it'll be very, very good, and I don't think Megalopolis will be very, very good. I'd rather go see Megalopolis. But if I have time, I will check out both, and I'll report back next week. Lee, starring Kate Winslet as the American photographer Lee Miller. It's about her true story about a fashion model who became an acclaimed war correspondent for Vogue magazine during World War II. It co-stars a very serious Andy Samberg. This will be in select theaters Thursday. And there's a horror film coming out starring Sam Claflin. This movie looks shit. It looks like garbage. I shouldn't be talking like that. That's mean. I know how difficult it is to make movies too, guys, but I'm still talking like this. The only reason I'm bringing it to your attention is because who doesn't love horror movies during the fall? When a sinister threat from his childhood returns to haunt him, a father desperately struggles against his deepest inner fear. Only this time, the fight isn't for himself. It's for his family. It sounds lame. That looks like a good picture, but check out the trailer. It doesn't look good to me. All right, streaming-wise, Wolves is in select theaters right now. I don't think it's anywhere around us, Macomb County, but it will drop on Apple TV Plus Friday. I'm super stoked. Shut up, timer. We're wrapping up. We're going to wrap up well under an hour, too. Wolves is coming on Apple TV Plus Friday. That stars Brad Pitt and George Clooney as two fixers that try to cover up a dead body in the same night that are hired by the same person, but I don't like him and he don't like me. It's a regular odd couple situation. I think it'll be super, super dope. I think it'll be popping for sure. I'm a little nervous because when you hear those lines that you hear in every trailer, like, you gotta be kidding me. What? I'm not doing that. Like, you get scared. But I'm not scared. I'm confident. I'm just going to keep my expectations at a certain level. It's not at Ocean's 11 level. And it's not like this is going to be a disappointment. It's somewhere in between. But it is directed by John Watts that did the Tom Holland Spider-Mans. So we know he knows comedy and we know he knows action. So I think this will be dope. Plus, if you're a true fan, I love films that take place in one night. So it should be good. Apartment 7A is a film? I thought it was a mini-series. No, it is a movie. Okay. I might create another. No, you give me your fucking Paramount Plus so I can check out Apartment 7A, which I believe is a prequel film about when a struggling young dancer played by Julia Garner from Ozark suffers a devastating injury. She finds herself drawn in by dark forces when a peculiar, well-connected older couple promises her a shot at fame. I just recently rewatched Rosemary's Baby. Very well-made film, but I don't know. I like it a lot, but I don't know. I don't know if it's that fucking fantastic. Because it's so obvious. I don't want to get into it. I want to watch this, but don't forget Zoe Saldana. I don't have it on here. Zoe Saldana was in a miniseries called Rosemary's Baby, and it's fucking good. I liked it. Both are on Paramount Plus. Rosemary's Baby, we should obviously watch before this movie, and that's on Prime. She Taught Love. This looks like a really good black romance film, very similar to Sylvie's Love with Tessa Thompson, except not set back in the day. A guy, Frank, this is not good. A guy, Frank, on a self-destructive path. A girl, Molly, with an expiration date. Oh, never mind. This is pretty good. What a perfect time to meet and fall in love. This will drop on Hulu Friday. I checked out the trailer, and it looks very well made. It looks like it's got a lot of heart. It looks like it's got a lot of tears. It looks like it's got a lot of poppin potential anyway. Check us out on Hulu Friday. She Taught Love. And if you don't know what I just meant, Sylvie's Love, I love that romance. I really do. It's one of my favorite romance films. It's not like thrilling, but it's just a really solid romance film that's a period piece as well. You can check that out on Prime. Sylvie's Love, Tessa Thompson, one of my loves. All right, Resball, which I won't be watching, but it's dropping on Netflix Friday. The Chuska Warriors, a Native American high school basketball team from New Mexico, must band together after losing their star player if they want to keep their quest for a state championship alive. I believe this is based on a true story. It looks like a really good, remember like Coach Carter or Hardball or Remember the Titans or Friday Night Lights? It looks like one of those films, but for the Native American community. So I like that a lot, and I also like the fact that this is coming from the people that made Reservation Dogs. It doesn't look funny though. I don't think it is, but it does look like it's very well made. It's dropping on Netflix Friday. I just don't think I'll have time. I won't be watching this, but I'm letting you know Ryan Murphy's new fucking show with Travis fucking Kelce. I'm so tired of this guy. Comes Grotesquerie, a detective and a nun, and I really want to watch this because I love Niecy Nash, and I love that she's getting more recognition. Yes, she got it through Ryan Murphy, and I don't hate Ryan Murphy. I just don't like him anymore. Grotesquerie is about a detective and a nun that investigate a series of heinous crimes that seem personal, while grappling with personal issues and uncovering a sinister web that raises more questions than answers. This is on FX and Hulu Wednesdays. That plot outline sounds really good, but I refuse. I'll wait to see what you think. You let me know if this is good, and I'll watch it. Nobody wants this. That's what the movie's called. The show. It's a miniseries. Follows the unexpected relationship between a rogue rabbi and an irascible, I never heard of that word, loud, agnostic woman. Christabel and Adam Brody. I like Adam Brody a lot. It's weird that they're making, like, I know what handsome is, and I'm not saying Adam Brody's, like, ugly, but, like, he's always been, like, the funny guy. And, you know, I've been known as the funny guy, but I never saw myself as handsome. So if he's handsome, does that mean I'm handsome? Anyways, the trailer makes it look like he's fucking Brad Pitt or some shit. Like, oh, what a hot rabbi. It's like they saw the Fleabag second season with Hot Priest, and they're like, hey, let's do that, but with a rabbi, and make Kristen Bell be in it. I don't know. This is dropping on Netflix Thursday. You let me know if it's good, but it's definitely not made for me. Interesting plot. Everybody Still Hates Chris, the animated sequel series, executive produced by Chris Rock himself, with the parents coming back to voice, is dropping on Comedy Central. Still a fucking network, apparently. I don't think this will be streaming. I didn't see if it is, but Wednesday. Uzumaki will be dropping on Max Sunday. A town of people slowly go insane over increasing obsessions with spiral shapes, patterns in the skies, everyday objects, hair, insects, and skin. This looks like a mindfuck of an anime that will be on Max Sundays. I will try it. I don't necessarily think I can recommend it to anyone, but check out the trailer. It looks fucking horrific. So, yeah. And the Book of Carol, Daryl Dixon. I don't know what the fuck the show's called. Walking Dead, Daryl Dixon, The Books of Carol. Make up your mind. Sundays on AMC Plus. I don't watch Walking Dead anymore, but figured you might want to. Colin from Accounts will be dropping on Paramount Plus Thursday. There's second season. I haven't watched the first season. It's on my list because it's extremely high rated online, even though it doesn't look like it's that much, but maybe it is because it got a second season. And what I'll be watching this week, I will be going to the theater to go see Megalopolis, so we will be talking about that next week. We'll hopefully be talking about Wild Robot. Both are going to be in theaters Thursday. Wolves will be dropping on Apple TV Plus Friday. I'll be checking that out. And Apartment 7A, I will be checking out on Paramount Plus, which means I'm probably going to fucking watch it. Watch it legally. And, They Taught Love. Or They Taught Love? She taught Love? What the fuck is this called? She Taught Love, which will be on Hulu Friday. I will be watching this too. Pretty excited for this one. No horror stuff, though. The only horror thing that's coming out is Apartment 7A and this fucking show, which will be on Max Sundays. Thank you very much for watching. Please be sure to come out to at least tell your friends, share, and write down on your calendar that you have plans on October 5th, and that's to come join the party at the Planet Ant Black Box at 8 p.m. We'll watch a couple episodes of Creepshow. We'll play some games. We'll talk about what makes good television, what makes good spooky stuff. We'll have a contest. We'll have some drinks. We'll have some snacks. We'll have some laughs. Thank you very much. Goodbye.